Right, please, no more black people in hair and glue stories, please.
And we're live.
And we are live.
And we're live.
Welcome, everybody, to What You Need to Know. I am Sybil Wilkes, and it is Wednesday. So that means it's Myra J and Stephen Hill Day. Myra is in Atlanta, of course. Steve is
Still in my kitchen.
and Steve is still in his Shangri-La. What are we calling this today? Rush to Judgment Day, Hill?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a little on the line. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, cool. Okay. And our special guest this hour is Quentin Davis. Quentin Davis is a young man, an entrepreneur, and he is about doing good for people. And just to give you a little bit of background on Quentin, from what we have, Quentin describes himself as a serial entrepreneur based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and he has been hosting rentals via Airbnb since 2014. Now, if this doesn't make you feel like a slug, nothing will. He has founded a food bank beyond our table, providing food to the community, farm to table, curated produce boxes from Black farmers to Black families. And he has a heart of gold to forgiving and taking care of our people. And he is a true example of that and what God has us here for. I really believe that. And Quentin, welcome, and thank you for what you're doing. And can you explain to people how we have come to know you today and what you're doing for people in Texas?
Well, thank you for having me on the show, and thank you for your time. For everybody
Thank you
listening
for
and
your
whatnot.
time.
Oh, I know I have time for everybody. One of the things that I formed this collective group, which is called Warm the Block. It's an initiative funded by entrepreneurs, change makers, otherwise as new friends. It started with me putting a post up on Facebook saying that I wanted to get 10 rooms booked in Dallas and also in Houston by myself. And I posted on social media on my Facebook page, and the word got out quickly through shares and reposts and comments and stuff like that. More people jumped on board and want to assist me with this, especially Jada Davis and DC, and also Josh David and Dallas right now. And we all started connecting. We started booking more reservations. We started pulling money together through Black Twitter. We started Cash App. We started a website to get everything going and organized, so that way people would know what's going on. They can fill out a form. They can let us know if they have a pet, if they need a ride, if they are at their house, if they just want to have food delivered to their home. We went on Twitter and started hiring people with 4x4 trucks to start picking up food, pallets of food from Costco and delivering it to the hotels. Also picking up homeless people in Dallas and taking them directly to the shelters, taking people to and from one place to the next. That they were going from one home that was without power and taking them to another family member who had power on a different side of town or whatnot. And they're also coordinating, between the banks, trying to, deal with the fact that the hotels don't want somebody that's not there present to check in for people, trying to add on multiple people into different reservations, being on three-way literally all day, me working between 3 cell phones and my computer to navigate all this along with my team of people. Some of the people I don't even know who they are. I haven't met them, but we have literally had them be the person in Houston and also Dallas. And some of the people that we have blessed with accommodations, they have come on board and actually help us with other people that were coming in. And
Quentin, when did this start? When did you start this?
Monday night.
Okay, so day before yesterday, you went on Facebook.
Yeah, I booked 10 rooms. Right, I booked 10 rooms on my Marriott account for Dallas and 10 in Houston, my Hobby Airport, and then 10 downtown Dallas. And then we've increased it up to about 40 rooms per city right now. And we're actually still checking in people as we speak. I can literally go through my Marriott app and show the evidence of us working this magic. And we have made history within less than 72 hours.
How did this start in your head? I know you're a serial entrepreneur, so you always have all kinds of great ideas. How did this come to you?
I'm in the hospitality business. This is not the first time I've done this. I've done this as much as 51 rooms here in Atlanta. I forgot which hurricane came through. About 3 million people came from Florida and came to Atlanta, and the hotel rates for like $500, $700 a night. So I went ahead and just booked a whole bunch of rooms, and got about 5 of my friends. We all put our own personal funds up, and then we just secured the rooms, and we allowed the people to come in and stay there for 3 days, pay for parking, and arrange for the hotel to sponsor the food as well. So I've leveraged my relationships, I've leveraged my Marriott account, and I've leveraged the power of people.
Leverage is that word that we like to hear young people use, and understanding the power as well as the gift that you have to help people. How can people, first of all, how can we help you?
Yeah.
Well, everybody can go to warmtheblock.com, and they can fill out the information on the website. So it's warmtheblock.com. If they need a hotel, if you just need a ride, if you need car seats, we have all that provided. If you want to provide any type of monetary a contribution, we have Cash App, we have Zelle, we have PayPal. And so you can use those 3 different ways to send funds. You can also contact me through the Warm the Block page on social media. So that's Warm the Block at Twitter, Warm the Block at Instagram, and you can also find me on Facebook, Quentin Davis. Facebook.com, Quentin.Davis.
Did you come from a service family? I'm just really, I'm so impressed. You're a young 30-something-year-old man with a great beard, by the way, and you have this gift of wanting to do good for people, and just in such a short period of time.
I come from a family of entrepreneurs, photographers, and things of that nature. And just me going through life, traveling the world, going to various countries. I just have been soaked around different things, and it has inspired me to do more. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to make $500,000 a year. Anybody can do anything to make change. And people have literally given $5 to contribute to someone to have a meal at a restaurant or a hotel. We have had people who have had nothing on the last ends, to hire them, who had a truck, and we don't have to meet them in person. If you say you can do something, do it, and we're gonna take care of you,
Right.
And that's one of the most important things. And one of the things that I stress about, the community can help the community. We don't have to depend on the mayor or city councilman or anybody we voted for to take care of each other. We've proven this amongst our team that we can, for 5 people, can come together and take care of 2 different cities and not even be in the same state.
Okay, so Quentin, the next thing I'm gonna need you to do is find those characters who have taken our power away from us, and by that I mean our electricity. What you're doing is a beautiful thing, but I need you to use all of that great brain power of yours and heart and soul, and talk to the governor, that joker down in Austin, and I'm gonna need you to put all these people together and make it better for us. Okay, can you do that?
Well, right now we're actually doing a survey to find out exactly who has been affected by this, so we can take that data and take it to higher powers and find out exactly why it's happening to our neighborhoods, why particular grids are being affected and others are not.
Yeah.
We have friends that are downtown Dallas who are paying $4,000 a month for an apartment. They had no power outage at all.
Right.
We got people who are paying $900 a month in Dallas, South Dallas, North Dallas, who have been affected.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Right.
But those are questions that we can't answer. The only thing we're focused on right now is placing people in hotels, make sure they have something to eat. And because one of the worst things that we had happen is that one of the young ladies, she called me and she said, "Hey, Quentin, I'm going to go pick up my grandma and I'm going to pick up my uncle, and then I'm going to go to the hotel." Well, it took about 3 hours trying for her to get to the hotel, and asked her, was everything all right? And she told me that she picked up her grandma, went to her uncle's house, went in the house, and found him sitting on the couch dead. He died from hypothermia because there's 27 degrees in the house. We didn't make it in time to get him to a warm place. There was no power. They were without power for 29 hours. One of the other effects that's going to be from this is the fact that a lot of people have broken sprinklers, pipes. They are going to have a high power bill, water bill, and also if they're in an apartment, the sprinkler systems are bursting. So we're also going to be looking at funds to help out with that as well.
Right. Yeah.
And people
You
who
are.
are out of work. Yeah.
You're an amazing young man, and I want people to, if you can, please go to warmtheblock.com and donate as you can to help keep him in business and to help him and his friends as they are undertaking this tremendous, tremendous venture here to help people that he doesn't even know, that he and you know that we can certainly those of us here, and I can't speak for my friends, but Myra J and Steve and all of the folks that regularly come on the show, that we can get together and do something. I found out about you because our mutual friend Jada Davis, and Jada is always doing stuff. You know, she's always,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
I've never
and
met
I just
Jada.
and that's what I was going to ask you. How do you
I've never
guys
met
find each
Jada.
other?
I've never met Jada. I've never met. Well, I met Josh, who's in Dallas. I met him one time last year at the NBA All-Star game. We were there, and we actually known each other about 10 years on Facebook, and then we
Mm,
finally connected at the All-Star game because we just happened to be in the same city. Jada, we've been talking online about different businesses, and then we just connected with this. She
yeah,
said she can lend a helping hand, and she's gonna be on the phone from 5 a.m. up until 11 o'clock at night. We have
yeah.
literally working on different time zones and working with at least almost 100 families.
It's unbelievable, and that's a heartbreaking story about the young woman and her grandmother and her uncle. And I'm very sorry, but you are doing so much good to help people who to alleviate that situation that she found herself in. And I hope that she finds some comfort in the fact that people are like you and the rest of us who want to help you. Want to lift her up and keep her going. And
Right.
for people, if they want to volunteer, like their trucks or go get food and
So
bring it and do that, is that the same?
yes, you can go on warmtheblock.com, and you can go to resource provider in the middle section, and you can fill out the form there, and you can let us know if you have a truck, if you want to pay for some hotel nights, if you want to provide food, if you're a restaurant or whatnot,
Mm,
and we're going to put you in connection with our team, and they're going to contact you and find out how you can help out.
right.
And we literally put all this together in 72 hours.
Wow, that's amazing. How do you know our social activist Coy Malone? Or is
We
that
went
a
to the same.
personal question?
No, we went to the same high school, South Cab High School
Oh wow.
Oh,
in Decatur,
nice.
Georgia.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, she also, it was very funny how this all came together in terms of getting you here today. And, I had talked to Jada yesterday, and then Coy came with this suggestion this afternoon in our production call. So I'm glad that we were able to do it. Can we touch base with you again tomorrow and see how things are going?
Yes.
Okay, same time. Yeah. Myra or Steve, do you have any questions for Quentin? Because he's got hotel rooms to book and people to put together,
No,
and
no, but
a world to
I,
change.
I will definitely donate for sure. Warmtheblock.com.
So
You
we
got
can
it.
yes, and we can do Cash App, we can do Zelle or PayPal, and we are definitely in need of more funds to secure more hotels.
Okay.
People are going to be able to go. We want to be able to do an entire hotel, if possible. We're going to have about 80 rooms, so at least till Monday of next week to give people enough time
Hmm.
to get acclimated with whatever damage they're going to have to their homes, or if just the
Yeah,
power went out, uh, or even somebody dealing with a death right now. We want to be able
yeah,
to help them out and get them in touch with the right people to help them out. Because right now they don't have anybody to go to.
right, right.
Our
Steve,
my question is: Are hotels back in business after COVID? I'm from New York City, where New York City has there's been empty hotel rooms for an entire year. So I'm curious as
hmm
to whether the hotels are playing along, really see the need in this, or feel like it's a takeaway from their usual revenue stream.
Uh, as far as I'm concerned, the hotel is going to take my guaranteed reservation, and if they
Fair
don't, they
enough.
have to pay me. The only biggest problem we have is the fact that I'm using my credit card, or we're trying to pay for these things and we're not physically there, and
Yeah, how
we're
does
just
that
trying.
work? Because usually they say, the person whose credit card needs to be present when you're checking in, and that kind of thing, right?
Well, because of my account, I can kind of get away with a lot of different things. But
Gotcha.
right now, some of the hotels are saying because I have a large amount of rooms in one place, they want somebody there. So what we do is we went on Twitter and found somebody else who had a larger credit card, a limit available, and we just move money through Zelle to them, so that way they can book the rooms, and they took care of the security deposit and things of that nature, so we can get more rooms.
Right.
Because the security deposit varies at every hotel.
Sure.
Right now, we're working to try to figure out how to get around the security deposit. We're paying anywhere from $50, $100 to as high as $250 security deposit right now, and that's taken
Wow.
away from more rooms.
Sure, more rooms, yeah.
And those funds are held up for helping people.
Yeah.
But if
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Quentin.
I would just, one of the things that we came up today was maybe we have to hire somebody Caucasian to go in there to check in, and maybe that'll help out a lot faster, you know. So we put a little ad up as a joke, but we actually got to help people to apply to go in and volunteer to check in for us. You know, we had to get us some Karens to go do that for us.
That is great.
Quentin, use that old the banker strategy.
Right, the banker. Remember that show? Yeah, that movie.
Leverage. We had to leverage our friends. You know.
That's right.
Good.
That's right.
If Black Lives Matter, then show us.
For some reason, Yolanda says that she's not able to get to warmtheblock.com. She sees it on Twitter, but people are saying warmtheblock.com is not working. So maybe it's just so crowded or busy right now.
Yeah, let me check that out now. And they can actually send us an email real quick, or at Gmail. So warmtheblock@gmail. Actually, we're getting people come in now.
Okay, Chica Dilly says that it's working, so we'll take that. Okay. All right, cool. All right, Quentin, God bless you, and thank you for making time for coming on to talk to us. And you keep up the great work. And if we can talk to you tomorrow, I would love the opportunity to update people and to and just to expose you to more people, and as well as get the word out, continue to get the word out. And we will put it up on our newsletter as well, Quentin.
All right, thank you so much.
And I don't know if you know about the What You Need to Know newsletter, but maybe you'd like to go and subscribe. But it's about African American news and it's for our community. So definitely want to get the word out about you. As a matter of fact, we're going to be featuring Jada Davis this weekend on Friday in our newsletter on our Black Business Spotlight. So perhaps we can get you in there as well, because you are a young man on the rise, obviously.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
No, I appreciate yours, and you keep up the great work, and we will talk to you tomorrow, okay?
All right, thanks so much.
Okay, be safe. God bless you. Oh my gosh, I'm getting.
That's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, how great is that?
That's Mother Teresa like work right there. So that's everything else.
Yeah, just the way the word is, and when you think about it, he was helping people coming from Florida to Atlanta because they had started jacking up the prices. And found a way to stop that and to get people rooms and things during one of the hurricanes. And now it continues to move around the country. Here we are in Texas, just not unlike the way it looks where you are, Stephen Hill.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it offline. I have no idea what the weather's like in the States. You guys okay?
Woo! Yes.
Everything all right?
It's something. It's something.
Talk to Texas. We are right in Georgia, but talk to Texas, because they're really going through some things. But it just kind of reminded me a few years ago, like 6 years ago, when we had Ice Mageddon here in Georgia, and I cannot tell you the phone calls I got from Chicago, and y'all got 2 inches of snow, and the whole place shut down. You couldn't, and I kept telling people it's not even the snow, it's the ice. When the ice comes over, that you got power lines down, trees are falling, knocking out transformers. You can't drive. It was the ice, and that ice is no joke. So I really feel for anybody suffering now.
And Myra, it's the weather. It's the effect of the weather on the temperatures have dropped so low, and the freezing of the pipes, and now. People who do have water, because of the plants of the filtration ability, people are having to boil their water if they have power. And so it's really, I've never seen anything like this before. And I lived through a hurricane when I was, several hurricanes working in Florida and North Carolina. but this is really something. And I'm so angry at this governor and the way that they have allowed this to happen. And something has to be done. And like I was kidding with him, but this is how dedicated people are to making things happen and to hold them accountable. This really should not have happened. It should not have happened. And the fact that Black people are being affected the way that they are, this shows you what the deal is.
Right, because they're basically saying that they had no backup system, period.
Right, yeah. And Myra, they're going, and they're all but saying what had happened was, you know, and then this idiot governor gets on Fox News last night and he's saying, well, he's blaming Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the Green Deal and saying, you know, this could never work. You don't even know, because you don't have a clue of what you're doing. You don't have an idea, and you have allowed these people, these private infrastructures to come in and take over this without keeping a tally and knowing what needed to be done. This is just,
especially now with climate change. I don't want to hear about it's not going to happen here. It
can't. Yeah.
Stop it.
Because it can happen anywhere.
It can happen anywhere.
We had a tornado in North Carolina night before last.
We had a tornado here.
Right.
Night before last.
Storm. Yeah.
I'm up 11 o'clock at night texting on my phone, and I keep looking up going, it's like somebody got a flashlight running past my house. What is that? And then I realized there's a freaking serious thunderstorm. I'm hearing thunder. It is like serious lightning going on, which normally we don't get in February, but that's why I say, don't say it's not going to happen here. Right. And that's when the tornado hit in the other states.
Yep. Went through North Carolina.
Hey, people, guess what?
What?
There's nothing more important or dangerous to the survival of people here on Earth than climate change. Nothing. Not nuclear war, right? Not the Middle East. Nothing is more of a danger to human beings on the planet than climate change. Now, all of this stuff, the more you hear about it, it has to do with that. But like, don't be fooled. Like, it's a real thing, and I don't think we're just not used to something that we can't control, right? Yeah. You could always control the nuclear. Somebody could not push the button, but unless we all work together, this is just going to keep happening. It's not going to slow down.
You know, as a kid, I was really into astronomy and all that. And I used to always wonder, what if the Earth just flew off its orbit and would just go into the sun? I used to think about that all the time. I'm like, it ain't a damn thing we can do if you're getting ready to hit the sun. You know, it's like, come on now. So it's more serious.
Getting closer and closer to just crazy things happening, Myra. And so, you know, it just, whatever was going on in little Myra's head, it could become more closer to that reality, you know, as we go on. And we've had 4 years, if not more, obviously, but of climate deniers who have, you know, done everything they possibly can to move us away from doing better, to improving our situation, to improving the climate, and the weather situations. And now, you know, here we are.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you, if climate change represented itself by everybody's toilet backing up, we would handle it different. Unfortunately,
you're right.
Right? We would have if it were in our face every day. Unfortunately, right? We'd be like, oh, shoot, we gotta handle this because I was having that come back. I'm not having that Chipotle come back on me. So, but the problem is, climate change affects the least populated places on the planet, right? It is the North Pole and the South Pole. Those are the places that are getting the most of where the climate change affects first. And since there are few observers of that, we can, you know, our tourists
did
still
you
flow
see that
fun.
when you went to Antarctica? Did you experience that when you went to Antarctica?
No, I still think it's still too for non-trained eyes. It's still a little young. But they did mention while I was there that the temperatures have got, the short version is, The temperatures have risen even in Antarctica. And Antarctica has to be able to freeze because it has to be able to snow. Rain should not happen in Antarctica, but it's warmed up so that because penguins who have a nice sheeny thing when they're adults are born with feathers. They're born with feathers, like they're really, really furry. And so when it snows, they can just shake it off and keep it going. When it rains, it sticks to their fur, and then it gets cold at night. And baby penguins were freezing to death because of climate change. So that's the closest thing that I experienced when I went to Antarctica around climate change. And that's enough.
Yeah, for sure. The thing that gets me is the pictures of the polar bears who should be able to, on the ice caps and what have you. And there's nothing. I mean, they're just, all they are just there in the water. And there's nothing, and in terms of hibernating, not having places to go.
Look, I am also, Sybil, Wanda the Weather Bunny. I am so fixated on the weather. It's nothing. I can sit up and watch the Weather Channel all day.
She's our Jim Cantori.
That's girl. I got a thing for that man, Jim Cantori.
I know.
That's my next baby granddaddy. He's just on the Shoot, but just like Stephen said, the ice cap, it's melting. They're saying that the glaciers are melting so much and so fast that the level of the ocean has risen. So now when we get those hurricanes and floods, the water is already higher. It's just going to come further inland and further inland. It's a real thing, people. It's a real thing.
Is.
Yeah.
It really. Maybe we'll get Jim on one day to talk weather with Myra. Your birthday's coming up. Maybe we can do that or something.
Myra looks happy now. She looks happy now.
Man.
She does.
Ooh, storm stories. Don't get me started, honey. That's a Friday night for me.
So let's talk a little bit of news in the What You Need to Know newsletter. And we do talk about the weather in this Arctic storm, which the name was UV. Is it UV? This particular storm? Uri. U-R-I. Storm Uri.
Like the Russian enemy in the movie No Way Out?
You got it.
My favorite movie of all times.
Pull that out of nowhere.
We will talk about that later. I'll just say this real quick. If you never saw it with Kevin Costner, Gene Hackman, No Way Out.
See it.
Right.
It's that.
Yeah. And that is, by the way, Uri from that movie is who the storm is named after. Fun fact.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to go with it.
That's true. That's it. Let's all go with that. We had some historic lows for a lot of places. Dallas, as a matter of fact, -2 degrees, the coldest since 1930, the second coldest temperature ever. And Houston got down to 13 degrees. Little Rock got down to -1. That was the coldest in 40 years, I guess. And Fayetteville, Arkansas, -20, all-time coldest. And that's Fayetteville, Arkansas. -20 degrees, the coldest of all time there. And we were all colder than Alaska, anywhere, of those places like that. Yeah. And Steve, just so you know, the storm is headed to the east. It's going up the coast from the mid-Atlantic up to the northern part of the country. And I believe it's about 10 inches of snow that has been predicted, up to 10 inches of snow predicted for New York City.
Got it. Which is why the faithful Ward is splashing behind me.
Hey, can you pretend like I'm doing something live? Just pretend. just pretend like I'm doing something live, Glenn. Just pretend. That's all. I mean, you can splash, but don't scream. That's all.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So I know a lot of people want this whole impeachment and what Trump did on January 6th stuff to be over, and especially this one here. Yolanda Starks-White really is so sick of us talking about it. But now we have a lawsuit that has been filed against Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani, as well as their racist bros, the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers. So this is Congressman Benny Thompson of Mississippi, and as in partnership with the NAACP, they are charging that Donald Trump and his lawyer Rudy incited the attacks with the ongoing lies about election fraud. And so it alleges the men conspired with the hate groups to stop the certification of the vote, which was what was happening January 6th at the Capitol. And also named in this are the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers. Now, this is really interesting because they have cited a law from 1871. And this is they say this is a violation of the Ku Klux Klan Act. And it was passed in response to KKK violence and intimidation against Southern members of Congress. And Congressman Thompson was all over the airwaves yesterday talking about this. And maybe we can get Derek Johnson on to talk about this as well, because it's not going away. And they have been afforded the time that the House managers, as great of a job as they did, they've been afforded the time to really carry this out and to do their due diligence to make this to make them stand accountable for their actions. So that is what's going on Capitol Hill. Of course.
Remember that time I said, let's not rush the impeachment? Remember that time I said, here's did we talk about the 9/11 type of commission that's going to go into January 6th?
Right. Yeah, right. Exactly. The number of them.
Right. Here's what you need to understand. I need to understand why folks thought it was important to have the impeachment before the investigation of January 6th. I would like to repeat what I said before. Let's take our time so we can find enough evidence against former President Trump so that Republicans are at a political disadvantage to acquit him. Mm-hmm. So but the shot's already shot. So now when this commission turns up a very direct route to the former President Trump, there's nothing that can be done. Rushing that impeachment, other than making it get out of Yolanda's life easier, meant nothing.
But here's the thing. When they were talking about the Senate Majority Leader then at the time, Mitch McConnell, and how he slow walked this, and they said it was so that they could not throw him out of office, and that the constitutionality would be called into question, and that would be the way that they did it. He slow walked it as much as he possibly could. And if they had, there still might have been that question, but as you say, they also would have the investigation, because there are several committees that are now going to be looking and having these 9/11 style commissions set up to look at this from so many different angles. Now, the good thing that came, I'm sorry, Myra, yes?
No, go ahead, Sybil.
No, go ahead.
The way I feel about the Republican Party, if we would have had they could have talked about it last week. They can talk about it in August. They are determined. We're going to stick together no matter what, and not convict him, period, because he is our leader, period. And so I have no problem with them doing what they did, because they already made their mind up.
There was nothing to change their minds.
No. And nothing has changed with them in the last 4 years. Think about it. They have stuck behind this man and made excuses for him.
Because they're scared.
Right, for 4 years. So just like he said, I could stand in the middle
of Fifth Avenue.
I just want to let you know that when this investigation points out a much more direct, irrefutable line between Trump and the insurrection on January 6th, one that is so thick and black that anybody who voted against conviction would have create political suicide. I'm gonna tell you right now what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be in the same pool my faithful war's in right now. I'm gonna come out there bucky naked and come to the camera like this. What did I tell you?
Thick and black.
I was waiting for you to make that connection, Blair.
I'm like, is that a barcode? What is this in my screen?
But Steve, this whole trial, I don't know how much you were able to watch while you were, laying about and enjoying your time there, but
there's a TV on the deep end. Anyhow, go ahead.
Oh, okay. But everything was just so many different kinds of wrong in this case. Like, where do you have the jurors go in and talk to the defense attorneys? You know what I mean? It's like, there's just so much that was just so wrong.
And have the trial at the scene of the crime.
Touchdown! It's good. It's good. That's touchdown.
Steve.
Literally. I'd like to show Exhibit A. If you, representative, could get up off your ass and let me show you the seat where like it's at the scene of the crime.
It's the scene of the crime. It's like they're wiping off the feces that they left on the chairs and stuff. You know, it's like, and I think one of the house managers, it might have been Negus or one of those guys, who said, if you look in your desk, you can see how they rifled through the stuff right now. You know, and it's like unbelievable. But there is more to come. For those of you who are tired of it already, I'm sorry. The vote on the coronavirus stimulus package is set to take place next week. And the Majority Leader Steny Hoyer is telling lawmakers the House will be in session from now through the end of next week to focus on the economic relief. It can't come soon enough for most people, and it will be quicker than between the first and the second stimulus package, obviously. And they're upping the number of vaccines that are going out to the people. Steve, I forget, did you tell me you had taken the vaccine?
I have not. I remember I was the one who got it from Pedro on the corner, and it went
right. Yeah. You had different.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, my mom got a vaccine. That's all that matters. She got her first shot 3 weeks ago. Second shot goes in that arm this Saturday.
Nice. And Myra, are you still waiting?
I'm sitting 3 hours again this morning. I'm sitting up there like I'm trying to get concert tickets, and nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's gonna come. We know some people in Atlanta.
Really? Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see.
I saw that.
Please tell Sybil the only news her listening community here want to hear about Trump is that he is totally bankrupt and heading to prison. Okay, Chevy, you're right. Okay. So you and Yolanda are right.
And we can't wait to tell you that. We can't. But we do the real news here, not fake news. So trust me, it's going to be a breaking news story here.
It will be. As soon as we get that word, we're all going to come and get on our computer.
Yes.
You will hear it here first, or second, or 12th. Otherwise, you're going to hear it here. That's for sure.
Yes.
It'll be pretty soon after.
Yes.
We can't wait to share that news 100%. With you. Because I believe it's going to happen. Did you see the implosion of Trump today?
Oh no!
Trump Towers.
Tell me more.
The Trump Mahal in Atlantic City. They blew it up today. Yeah.
Was Trump inside?
No.
Oh, then I don't. I'm with Chevy. I don't want to hear about it then.
But Donald Trump did speak today, and I don't know if I'm sorry, Chevy. I just can't help it. Share.
When he spoke, did he say, "Melania, please don't go"? Or no?
No, he was talking about Rush Limbaugh.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. He was on Fox News talking about his buddy Rush, who passed away today at the age of 70. So and they kept showing over and over and over again with him getting that damn medal and
okay, I'm going to shut it down. Next news story.
Well, I do invite you to read my name this week.
Stephen Rush to Judgment Day Hill.
Yeah.
You get it?
Because he's headed to Judgment Day. That's for sure. I see what happened there?
You took the thing.
I took the thing and did the thing with it. Yeah.
And that long, thick black line. Yeah.
Are we gonna move on? Are we gonna be cold-blooded, or are we gonna move on? We're gonna leave Rush alone and keep it moving? All right, cool. I'm good with that.
Moving.
All
right. That whole thing with Rush Limbaugh is just because, just watching his career trajectory and just how it just, okay, nobody cares.
I hear my grandmama going, if you can't say nothing good about somebody.
I'm going to say something about me. I'm glad I'll never hear him on the radio again.
That's good.
I'm with you.
Not glad about the reason why. Before you start writing in, not glad about the reason why, but
No, yeah. I'm good.
I'm not the only one. I'm good with that.
I'm good. Yeah. All of the racist and horrible things he said and did, I'm good with that. Okay. We can't speak ill of the dead? Yeah, well, we can't about him.
Can we speak dead of the ill? No? No? Bad idea? No? All right, I'll back off.
All right, so this takes me back to my early days of radio, and it involves a student at Cape Coral, Florida. That's one of the first cities that I worked in Southwest Florida. In a video of a Black student, male student at Island Coast High School in Cape Coral, Florida, filming himself in class, listening to his advanced placement teacher's lesson. And so this has gone viral. The video shows his reactions as his teacher claims white people didn't hit slaves with whips, and that the N-word doesn't have any other meaning in any other vocabulary other than you are a stupid person. You are ignorant. You are not well read. You are not well educated. That's what the white teacher said.
Really?
Also threatened to kick the kid out of class for challenging her beliefs that white people did not hit slaves with whips. The teacher and his teaching status have not been released by the Lee County School District.
Wow.
Who posted the comments via Twitter on February 14th.
What was his sole definition of the N-word again?
It was, and that is from the dictionary. It doesn't have any other meaning than you are a stupid person, you are ignorant, you are not well read, you are not well educated.
Here's what I have to say about this teacher. This nigga.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. So was the student should have asked, so when was the last time somebody called you that?
Right, that's right.
This? Yeah.
Rochelle, yes, that is the faithful ward of the pool, Rochelle. I'm sorry, Rochelle was asking that was the faithful ward.
Yes.
Jumping the pool. Yeah.
And has he been down there the whole time?
No, came down a few days ago.
Oh, nice spring break.
It's kind of great. Fall, yeah. Winter break. Yeah.
It really frustrates me when, first of all, we are dedicated the month, Black History Month, which is already just crazy. But then to have white people, they get so upset in these freaking little 28 days we have that they want to always deny what we talk. No, or they don't want to talk about it at all. It's like we don't want to acknowledge it, because we will never get to a healing point if you don't know the truth, period. And just the fact that you deny the truth, you don't want to hear it, it just makes me, oh man, I wish that was my child.
I know,
I wish
right?
that was my child in that school.
But good on him for recording all of that and for holding to that and showing people his ignorance and all of that. Because I got to tell you, Lee County, Florida, which is really who is from there? Football player, I can't remember. But there are a lot of Black folks there in Cape Coral and in Fort Myers, Florida now. And so it is really interesting to see that what went on in this classroom. But what do I know? And in her story, Coy also gives other examples about a student at Vanderbilt University student teacher was removed for a Black History Month lesson, asking fourth grade students at an elementary school to learn and recite a 1712 speech where Willie Lynch explained to Virginia colonists how to control their slaves.
See.
See. Well, back in the good old days.
Hasn't there been at least 2 schools reported that they have they're opting out of Black History Month, like they're just not going to teach it?
As well as, Myra, not only that, did we talk about the brother who's running for governor as a Republican in Michigan?
Michigan, yeah. And he said he's running on the platform, I'm going to cancel Black History Month. There will be no Black History Month.
If he wins the governorship, he's going to cancel. So go vote for Gretchen Whitmer.
Oh man,
He's a Nigerian American, and it says that he There's no such thing, and it's an abomination of history, of our history. So.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Yes, ma'am.
How have you been spending your time? Have you been watching any? Did you watch any movies? Got anything to share? Anything
I think I talked about Malcolm and Marie last week. One of my favorite.
Can I tell you how much I did not like that movie?
You did not.
I did not.
Tell me why. I'm curious.
Well, first of all, and I talked about this with Jay last night. It was just like being in the middle, coming in on one of my long arguments with an ex. I had flashbacks, and it was so disturbing. And the second thing was, John David Washington is a great actor. He really is. But he was too old, or she was too young. For those parts.
The age difference didn't bother. Well, to be honest, I fell asleep on it. And this has nothing to do with the movie. I started watching it at 1 o'clock in the morning, which that is not the movie to watch at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I fell asleep. They were arguing in the first 30 minutes. And so from what I hear, that's what they do. So I haven't finished watching the rest of it, but I do plan to. But can I say this is the movie, baby.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
I mentioned last week, Daniel Kaluuya needs to have, like, this is what Oscar's about. This performance. Yeah. And I don't want to say especially because he's a Brit and he had to affect a very, very difficult to get accent.
You'll get people angry at that.
I'm not. I know. But like, I think it's tougher for a Brit to do an American accent, especially as provincial the right word, as Fred Hampton's was. That's my like. I just think he deserves all the praise for this. He embodied that role. I felt that. I felt who he was in that.
I don't know if this came from SAG or the WGA, because I get the screeners, I get them early, but he's up for Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
Right, and the other brother,
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah, he's up for Best Actor. And I read an article that he had to go into therapy after this movie.
Yeah.
After. I believe that. Yeah.
Lakeith.
Well, a lot of his parts, I believe he's done therapy.
Yeah, man. Oh,
so all reports that he really embodies embodies a role.
Yeah.
And not to get too much away, but after this role, you can feel why you need some cleansing, why you need to understand why this is not part of who you are, even though you've embodied it for a while. So. Yeah.
Right. I mean, just the look in his eyes when he was doing some of the things he was doing, I was like, this brother in deep. He's in deep. And
he was.
And because I was coming up on the south side of Chicago during the rise of the Black Panther Party. And I remember the killing of Fred Hampton and Mark Clark and that whole movement and stuff. And so to watch this, I just thought it was very good. Very
well. I want to thank you guys. Thanks for taking time, from your beach and fun time, and thank you, Myra.
but I do want to say, I got to go back to Malcolm and Marie. Exactly what you hated about it is what I loved about it. It reminded me of old arguments that I'd had, and having been in relationships that have had age differences, I understood.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe because I've dated some older gentlemen that I probably shouldn't have dated. But
I get that. But it was just she just looked so young.
Understand it.
It's just
that's what the old guys like about it.
All right.
Okay. Once again, I'm showing the mother in me. All right, so I want to leave you guys.
Wait.
Oh.
Faithful Ward got a camel friend. Faithful Ward has a camel. Faithful Ward has a camel. It's a camel friend.
Yeah, better that than a camel toe.
Yeah. No, the great thing is they're
or cigarette.
You know what? The great thing is they're not that far apart in age, so it won't be nothing.
Then I can go with that. Okay. I want to leave you guys with our daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Bask in the glow of simplicity. Inhale forgiveness and exhale regret. Okay. Okay.
You got to do it like that.
No regrets for you, Stephen Hill. Once again, I want to remind you, please go to warmtheblock.com. Get more information if you'd like to help Quentin Davis and his friends and provide help for people here in the state of Texas as we're going through a very difficult time. And I leave you with this message about the Alzheimer's study. And I will see y'all tomorrow with George Wallace and comedian LeVar Walker. Thank you, Steve. Thank
you. Thanks, Sybil. Thanks, Myra.
Bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.
He can tell you about their first dance, but he can't remember my name. I'm his daughter.
Half of all Black families are impacted by Alzheimer's, but we don't know why. At HSC, we are investing in a new research study to find solutions for your family. To join the research study, visit blackalzbrainstudy.com or call 817-735-2963.